so much. You probably have all heard about monkeypox, and not quite sure how it's spreading, but it seems to be sexually transmitted. So really the take-home message is that if Curious George calls you for a booty call, tell him you have a headache that night. So, and a lot of people have been talking about mental health. It's true, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, and people, it's COVID and everything, and it's not just young people. I mean, the wealthy are suffering too. You understand that right now, my country club dues are skyrocketing, and most of the good Lamborghinis, they fell into the ocean. And can you imagine having to settle for a Tesla? Unbelievable. I can understand why people are just going crazy. So, you ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse? It's kind of an interesting thing. So it's they hype it up. It's all you can eat, and these friendly gauchos will come to your table, and they will carve the delicious, succulent meat right onto your plate. It's fantastic. Beef! So, I said, okay, that sounds good. So, of course you arrive, it's all you can eat, so you purposely are like famished when you get there. So, you walk in, and they say, welcome, welcome. Let me take you over to all the radishes you can eat salad bar. And I'm like, I didn't come to carnivore heaven to eat like a rabbit, but okay. So get my salad, finish my salad, and then hurrah, the gauchos start coming, and they come out, and there's a flurry, and they have scarves around their neck and knives, and very little meat. In fact, the guy with the sausage link that looks like a big giant penis, he's my best friend. Another 6 inches? I'm like, no, I've had enough of your links. Trying to get the sirloin guy or the tenderloin guy, forget it. They're nowhere to be found. And when they do come around, finally, they have like the crispy gristle that everybody else has like said, I don't want that shit. And I'm like, no, get away. And so at the beginning, when you first get in there, they give you this little card that says, that you put on your plate to say, I'm all full. So my card still says, feed me, Seymour, I'm hungry. And nobody's coming, and finally, I'm thinking, maybe the hamburger helper guy will at least show up, and nothing. So eventually, the gauchos just stop coming, and I'm thinking, okay, who do I complain to? And then I'm thinking, I should not complain to people who have very sharp knives and are dressed for battle. So basically, I had to go to plan B, and plan B was, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, on the way home, McDonald's made sure that I did not go to bed hungry. So, now, I just want to get serious for a moment. It's amazing to me that we all have that special place that if you touch it, it feels so good. Male, female, trans, it doesn't matter. We all have that special place. They say not to touch it too much because you could go blind. I'm like, oh, I hope not. Oh, God, I love rubbing my eyes. It feels so good. Think about it. So, there are smells I'm sure you've all, like smelled something, you encountered a smell along the way, and it takes you back to another time. So whenever I smell mothballs, it takes me right back to when I was a kid, and I would go to my grandma Lena's, and she would have mothballs, and she'd say, "Oh, it keeps the bugs out," and I'd say, "Okay." And then I'm not a big coffee drinker, but like, when I was a kid, you get up in the morning, and my mother's got the percolator going, and that smell, and it, so even when I smell coffee, it just takes me right back to, when I was a kid, my mom, and as she would say, "It's good to the last drop." Anyway, and then what about like rubbing alcohol? I mean, that always takes me, it's just before I shoot up, it's like, oh yeah, that smell, and my cellmate at St. Quentin, when he would get out the Vaseline and the smell of that, oh, it just takes me back. So the smells they're important. So I understand that they want to ban menthol cigarettes. And I don't know that I don't think anybody should be smoking, but it's like I think that's just going a little too far. So it's like, what are they going to put a childproof top on White Claw or something? So they say that among black people, like 80% of them smoke menthol. So going after them is like going after menthol cigarettes. It's kind of like with white people if they said, "No more avocado toast for you." So anyway, the lights are flashing and I'm going crazy, so thanks everybody and have a great night.